Hello everyone. Nicole here, and I have the privilege of interviewing Dana Taylor Bell. Today we're going to be talking about creating culture. And for those of you who've been around the CCC for a while, you've probably taken this class in the past, or you're thinking about taking it now. Today we're talking to Dana because this is the second time I believe that she's taken the class again. And we're going to share a little bit of insight about why she took it again and her what she got out of it the second time, and certainly what she would recommend for those of you who are watching as to whether or not it's a good choice for you. So Dana, thanks for joining me today. I always appreciate being on interviews with you, and would love to know what prompted you to take the class again.
Yes. So thanks a lot for having me. And this is actually my third time taking the class. And I retook the class because one, I'm an avid learner. I just like input, and continuing to learn new things and also revisiting. Because for me, when I take something or take a class the first time, I'm just really taking notes and all of that. And it's not 100% sinking in. So I always like going and taking a class over again because one, there's always new information. And two, that light bulb goes off after I hear something the second time. So it's like, aha. And so I felt that it was time for me to take the class again, starting a new business and growing a different team with different people. I wanted to have a fresh outlook in order to build my business.
Wow, those are power packed reasons. So I hope you all took notes on that. If you are starting a new business, you have new team members. The Creating Culture class, just for those of you who don't know, the Creating Culture class is the leadership role in the new distributor training. So for those of you who have not taken new distributor training, you definitely need to take that first, and then to take the leadership role in taking the Creating Culture. So Dana, now this is the third time you've taken it. I've taken it 3 times as well. And I'll tell you, it's a lot different when you have a team that's building. So tell me, what was it like for you going through it a second time versus the first and or even the second time that you took it? What's shifted in you in taking this class for the third time?
That it let me know, it gave me empowerment, letting me know that the title, Creating Culture, it's up to me how I want my team to develop and the culture on my team. So I realized the second, really the third time in taking this class is that, wow, I am a leader. It is empowering me to take control of my business and also to set my team up for the culture that we want to create and duplication, showing others the same.
That's awesome. So what stood out for you this time, perhaps that was a little different than before? Was there any one week that got your attention or any one concept that you didn't hear before? Or like you mentioned earlier, kind of an aha thing that you heard this time that really shifted for you?
One of the things was to take control of um, the online classes. So when you are doing your classes for your creating culture, you might have hiccups, as we do in life. And to remind yourself that you are in control. You're the leader and you're in control of that conversation. You're in control of that online Zoom meeting. And I really thought about that concept, and I thought about that is really how we should live our lives, that we are in control. So not only just in the creating culture, in the business, building a business, but to let me know that, remind me that I'm in control. I'm in control of the conversations. I can steer them in a different direction, or I can cut it off and say, hey, we'll talk about that later. But really, that concept was a overarching concept of life in general. So back to you, Nicole.
Wow. Holy smokes. Okay, so what you're talking about is the Zoom culture of your teammates taking new distributor training and taking control of that conversation with their feedback. Is that what you're referring to?
That is correct.
Okay, great. Well, for those of you who, again, if you haven't taken new distributor training, Dana and I would highly recommend that you take that 2 or 3 times, in addition to always staying on top of the, once you've taken the class, Coach Kiwi gives you access to that program, and you want to be in it because there's always updates that are happening. And if there's any change in technology or just new insight that can be offered, because the culture of our community does change, as do the leaders in it. And so it's always being updated, like Dana mentioned in the beginning. So in addition to our new distributor training constantly being updated and shifting and turning and twisting, getting new leadership perspective, but also is creating culture. So thank you, Dana, for sharing all of that. Is there anything else you want to add before I ask you my last question?
You know what? I say that just be open. Be open to new concepts if it's a new concept to you. Be open to learning, because a lot of times if we're closed-minded, we won't receive what is there in front of us to receive.
Wow, yes, great nuggets. Okay, my last question for you, for those of you who are watching and just really are curious if this class is really for you, Dana, why would you recommend someone to take this class again and or for the first time, and why would you recommend that?
Wow, I would recommend people take the class if they are building a business of any type, if they are interacting with other people within their business, team members, because it's all about setting a foundation. And this creating culture helps you to set the foundation for your business. I mean, you have concepts about how to run a meeting, things to talk about, things that you should talk about one-on-one versus in a group setting. It talks about preparing for the meeting, which is so important. You have to be prepared for meetings. Otherwise, people are going to know, wow, you just got on there and you're not even prepared. You don't have an agenda. So that is just so important. Just great business tips in general as well. Not just for network marketing, multi-level marketing. It's just really great business concepts that you can carry over in any type of business. So I would say that if you are looking for positivity on your team, a duplicatable system that everyone can follow, that creating culture is for you.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so much for your time. I loved taking this class again with you because your insight and your leadership is just extraordinary. And so just thanks for being here today.